is a high-level competitive sport, and these players are paid, and this is a pajama character, and I love that. I think that is awesome. Just saying, if Messi played in his pajamas, World Cup would hit a lot harder. That's it. That's my only other point.
Going in, going out.
Alvaro, strong level 1. Again, Tahm Kench passive really can just do a lot of damage.
BB flanking her, though. Doesn't have the heat built up.
Not quite. Trying to get to the danger zone here, and Alvaro just going to walk at him. Flash over. Flash is trading for flashes on top of flashes. Everybody's flashing. Oh, God. First blood for G2.
Thomas loves these.
They're locked over.
Thomas
absolutely loves this. He's getting hungry. He's a hungry boy. Oh, they're feeding him at this sleepover, the pajama party. All in favor of MKOI. Nowhere for LeBron to go. Mirlin's just running him down. He's got some pajamas of his own. My God, G2. That was not the sleepover you were looking for.
I mean, G2 thought they found LYON too far in, but the moment he flashes out, they commit to the play. But Tahm Kench level 1 is absurdly strong. That's why MKOI is walking in like this into the jungle of G2. Maybe G2 hasn't played against Thomas in quite a while, but you gotta respect his sheer force and strength in these. Historically not a big rune on Gnar, but has really grown in the global metascape here just because it makes his laning phase a little bit stronger in the all-in. When you're stacking a big wave.
Oh no.
Thomas
got no flash this time around. Run, Thomas!
He's level 1 still. He's 330 in game and Thomas is level 1.
Well, this bot lane 2v2 is going a lot worse. And I will say, as we got distracted.
Yes.
Is the problem, Finn. We got distracted. What were we saying? We were saying, wow, MKOI are at their best when Alvaro has these engaged champions and agency. As sick as that level 1 was, Tahm Kench is not that champion.
No, he's always been kind of a peeler. He's been the peeling melee support together with Braum, kind of like a warden champion, but now Supa getting dashed on.
Yeah, speaking of peeling, now we're gonna wander his way in.
Thomas?
Supa able to find this engage. He needs some levels, my guy.
He needs the thick skin.
That he does.
Oh,
they are bullying this catfish.
No, Thomas!
Oh, Thomas! Supa locked up, he's gonna be dead. Oh, he's getting bullied!
He's level 1!
He's just a catfish, G2!
His pajamas, and he's just getting bullied for it.
Okay, so Hans Sama fed, we found our win condition. We said a lot of stuff in picks and bans. Top side, important, all that stuff. Fearlessly into the face of death.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Hans Sama is so strong, he can take any fight he wants to. His damage is just way too much. Here's the thing with the mages into the AD carries is that they usually push in the waves and make it that they need even more time to scale up before they can really hit those items and then do the damage. But when you don't win lane with a mage, and you're getting pushed in like this and just dying on repeat.
Alvaro finally hit level 2. It's a big moment. He will die again. That is the price for his hubris. Also, I don't speak any French, but I know that we're locked in with the French casters because I can hear them cheering for the TK level 2.
Yeah.
There's some things transcend language, and the goofy Tahm Kench pajama skin transcends language.
As it should, as it should. Scatter of the week goes wild. Wide, that's the word. As Hans Sama returns to bot. Now, Caps is kind of out the top.
3 stacks there, Alvaro, nice lockup from the Zenith Blade. Q-Flash coming in the meantime. Lockup on the Abyssal Journey does interrupt the play a bit as JoJoP managed to live for far too long. But finally, Broken Blade is here. Caps committing to finish the kill. MKOI now backing away. Quick kill picked up there for G2, taking JoJo out. A scrappy fight, but MKOI only losing 1. Now thinking that they have to commit for a bit more as Supa doesn't quite connect the damage the way he was looking to, and Hans Sama not afraid to just keep pressing forward.
Gets lane leads and snowballs incredibly fast as Thomas jumped in here.
He is here as well. Looking to find the lockdown. He has completed that first item spike, and now it's going to be LeBron in trouble. Locked up. Tongue Lash connects on the stun. Enough stacks of acquired taste to finish it. Flash in from Mirlin. Lock up on the support there. Good pick from the side of MKOI. G2 a bit overconfident in the bot side jungle.
I mean, really important for MKOI to get that kill, especially Mirwin TPing down and getting that kill, and Broken Blade matching the TP so he can't even get a cross map in the top lane, just makes it this net win for MKOI all in all. So, very nice find there, and a little bit greedy.
The kind of...
LYON sitting behind bot here though, look, might be a scrap happening. Keep your eyes on LYON, he is on a ward.
Here. This is not going to work out the way they want it to. The point and click combo is pretty damn good. The shockwave buys JoJoP an extra second, but the excessive force gets the job done. Alvaro on the way in, but he's only level 5. LYON getting burned down. The ult's going to keep him standing. Crescent guard doing a lot of work, but it's still G2 who find that pick.
Yeah, I mean, you see, MKOI maybe should not try to play around their weak laners this much, because he's sitting behind Jojo thinking a play is gonna happen. But in the end, G2 was just there. They could have easily had a ward in that bush, and they did. With that ult, her range of engage is just so long with the equalizer. You're almost never safe unless you're behind your tower.
And again, that's what the Tahm Kench is hopefully trying to mitigate here, is some of that long-range engage to protect you from some of that burst damage. And Alvaro is level 6 now, so we'll see if it works, because it's a 4K advantage for G2, but they're late on the setup. 50-50 on the steal. Looking for a little bit more. Mirwin off the side trying to lock up Skewmon. Already that we see Supa incredibly low. Equalizer across the top. Eyes on Mirwin and the Mega Gnar. So far only able to find one target. Immediate lockup, and Hansama trying to finish the kill. All 5 members of MKOI still standing. The retreat coming out, it's only LeBron who went down.
And they got the Herald as well. This is a great play by MKOI. It's a 1-for-0 and the Herald picked up by MKOI. G2 has flubbed this fight.
Right there, but they were late to the play and weren't able to win the 50-50. MKOI definitely took a gamble to even try to force it, but the fact that they Mirwin, the one member of this MKOI lineup with an individual gold lead. And now it's once again going to be JoJoPune in trouble on this side lane. Broken Blade laying down the equalizer, not offering a way out. JoJoPune out of mana and running out of time here. LeBron moves in, Zenith Blade connects, and down goes JoJoPune. Another side lane death, a little bit devastating. There's no big objective on the map, but maybe Supa can turn it in mid. That's double Dark Sphere, that's every single ability connecting thus far, but it's just going to be traded for the calling out of Hansama. And the red buff also going to heal him back up pretty quickly.
I like the Protobelt Dilution to kind of Protobelt out of the calling there, denying him that big chunk that he usually gets on the mid wave. So Supa has been scaling quietly. He has 2 items right now. Hansama is also at 2, but approaching his third quite rapidly as now Supa.
Nowhere for him to go. Perfect layering of the ultimate's knockback, but it just doesn't even matter. Already he's down. Skewmon about to give his life, but he's still living for an extra second. Flash in from LYON, now committing on to Hansama. Turn back onto LeBron as Mirwin starts to chase out Hans in the meantime. Not quite able to get the hyper proc. All of G2 pulling back, pushing MKOI away. Hansama and LeBron living, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. Skewmon for Supa.
I mean, it's all about the summoners, Dracos. Hansama used Flash. Soul Point is going to be in 3 minutes, and Hansama is not
the 0-2-3 Syndra. If he gets one combo, pushes all of his buttons, gets a decent stun, feels like the team can maybe carry it from there, especially if the member he hits is the Lucian. The chase now from Mirwin.
With that tongue connects, I think he might end up having to flash as well. So you see MKOI, they are behind, but they are still aggressive. They're still trying to make plays happen into this G2. And G2 hasn't been very diligent with their lead. They're making mistakes in the setup. Their teamfight execution is not always there, but now they're going on Mirwin.
Not being diligent. Mirwin taking some risks here, but the tower ticking down. Oof, 1 grub, not quite enough for that dot to finish it. Mirwin hovering, lurking around, but I mean, credit to LeBron and Skewmon. They have just been constantly supporting these side laners. Not always together at the same time, but sometimes it's LeBron wandering and sometimes it's Skewmon, and it has really led to a decent number of kills on both Supa and JoJoPune. But for Mirwin, still has not fallen yet, although...
Oh, look at Caps is opening behind there. Look at LYON and Vi. Everyone is coming for this play right now.
Mirwin, good awareness. Don't know if he knew that there was Rumble in the brush, but is able to survive thus far. Needs to be careful not to step too far forward with the wall. Ooh, the burn just barely takes him out. The backstep good to get away from LeBron, but he'll still lose his life in the 1v1 to Broken Blade.
Big pickup there from BP, getting the single dingle onto Mirwin here, setting up for the next dragon. It's in 120, and Mirwin will not have his TP for it. Now, why will this matter? He will not be there to set up the objective, but I'm holding that thought. Baron is being started by G2.
We're going to talk about single dingle later, but for now, we'll focus on the Baron. 11k, getting lower. Lebrov waiting over the wall.
Lebrov.
Hex flash in. G2 ready to turn back. Flash away from Alvaro. 4.5k, getting lower. Scatter across the team. 2.6, looks like they're just going to turn away, except that the Baron is going to fall. MKOI just retreating.
I think they're fine with it. They really don't need to secure position for this dragon fight, because now G2 has to make a choice. Blasting Payphone on the side lane and just pushing down those towers.
Really good look from G2, calling their shot, committing to their play. MKOI delaying the end of the game, but still going to be in trouble here as the pressure is now going in. Ulti, the crossing guard from LYON, buying a bit more space, pulling decent damage. Shockwave from JoJoPune's good, he's running out of mana, but it looks like he's enough to finish off Hansama. Supa, the unleashed power, finally there in the fight. Caps on the side though, trying to commit the kill on Supa. He's going to get an immediate snap back on the Soul Unbound. Healing coming in from LYON, but he's still starting to tick and starting to burn. MKOI happy with the fight thus far. 2 for 1, taking down Hansama, losing Supa and Alvaro, but at least slowing down the Baron push.
I mean, that's a big shutdown onto Hansama. And once again, his flash was used. You saw Supa get a big gold influx there, already picked up a full Void Staff from that kill. And a little bit too risky from G2 maybe with this Baron push. Sure, they got the tower, but going for this play, after you got the Crescent Guard, I think they could have waited just a little bit.
Zenith Blade might have committed him into it though, as Sudapov stepping very far forward. Shockwave catching out Hansama is what finishes it. Supa a little bit excessive with the ulti, but you really just have to be certain you are going to finish that kill.
And I think it's also super cool by LYON. While he's being went on, he's so aware of what's happening. When Jojo connects the Shockwave onto Hansama, he's stacking up his Q on the people that are pursuing him. Insta flashes, Audacious Charge, gets the knock up onto Hansama to lock him down. I think that's just a good display of...
Without better information, so staying grouped, respecting the potential that G2 could be waiting in the darkness and hoping that a man advantage allows them to reclaim at least some of this vision and keep Mirwin safe as he farms his bot lane wave.
You know, like Caps is using his E as a human ward. He knows that they can't go on him, so he just walks up into enemy jungle, and now they know that they're going 5 through bot side, or 4, because Orianna's not there.
Full commit onto Caps, so he's been locked up, a lot of damage now coming in. Supa unleashing the power one more time as Alvaro bringing out the tongue, putting Skew on his mouth, but I think he might have wanted to send the defensive cooldown to protect his team. Skewmon healing up a ton, Supa though the damage off to the side, GA proc. Here comes Hansama. Colin coming out, the Zenith Blade to follow. Knockup not going to connect from Alvaro as he tries desperately to hold on. Mirwin ready to go mega, but it has to connect if he wants this to work. Mirwin flash in, the knockback there from Supa, the combo is there! MKOI turning the fight! 2 members left to the 3 on the side of G2. If they can take down Supa, G2 can take the fight. G2 sticking around, Wallop connecting, Scatter connecting, the Dark Sphere's coming in, LeBron living for far too long, the Protoplasm Harness keeping him alive, Skewmon there to finish the job, an ace for G2.
It's a fantastic team fight in favor of G2, it looks so dire. Your main mid laner, Caps, just dies before the fight even breaks out, and Hansama was not even there, he was running through the river to get to this fight. But you see just how much or how further ahead G2 is against MKOI, because even with a start like this, Caps goes down, doesn't really get anything before he falls. He only gets the Syndrold. But now it's all turning. You see Hansama running through the river, BB here buying space with the Equalizer. And for one moment it looks like MKOI is gonna win this fight. It looks really good there, but the moment Hansama shows up, it's just all she wrote.
So true. Final moments, Hansama, nice backstep, good awareness.
And look at this. Here you think that the Gnar ult actually saves Hansama, or the Syndra saves Hansama because she dashes. At the same time, Mirwin ults him and then Supa scatters him out, but he ends up going down. Still could be really dangerous here, but here we see the ultimate of the fight. I thought G2 should just go the dragon here. Just make sure you get that soul before you contest them, but jitters. It's quite difficult for G2 to end this game cleanly. They've had the upper hand all game long, but they keep making these plays. They keep going a little bit too deep there. You see Caps, the moment he misses the Fate Sealed, Labrov just goes in anyway, and it's not the best look right now, but you really need to get some confidence, because this series might go long. And you need to make sure you cleanly end this game so you can then move on into the next game.
Yeah, we've essentially had 2 pretty one-sided stomps. I think the difference between Game 1 and Game 2, however, is that MKOI's composition allows them a lot more room to come back into the game if you make those slip-ups, and G2 have been making those slip-ups. This does not. Mirwin, though, going to go in the rage, debuff cooldown. He's a little sleepy guy. Can't get angry again for another 15 seconds. His lockup is there on LYON, but good patience not to immediately use the Crescent Guard this time around. Solar Flare connects. Fall up on the Jojo is there. Devour from Alvaro there as well, but it means it can't protect Supa. Jojo in the back line has to make all the difference. It's 2 members down in the blink of an eye. G2 stop messing around, pick up quick 2 kills, and now they're poised to end the game. Flash in from LeBron. Once again, the lockup is there. Jojo taking his sweet time. He does not have access to the shockwave, and they do a lot of damage. Down goes the mid laner of MKOI. G2 going for the throat in the final moments. It took them a bit of time, but they close out that final fight cleanly and are going to take us to the Game 3.
And Hansama says, you can have a mage, you can have 2. As long as I am AD carry, I will destroy you. Fantastic game by him on the Lucian. Super dominant from minute 1 till the end of the game. And this is why G2 in the end is still G2.
That they are. I like the bars, Finn. I like the rhymes. Now we get a game 3, which is sick. Because look, I want a closer game. The fights have been good. The drafts have been entertaining. The Tom Kench in the pajamas was awesome.
It was great.
But look, we're just going to have to find out because ultimately it's enough from us. Let's see what Hans has to say, who's standing by with lore.
On est prêt? On est là? Ouais, nickel. Hansana and G2 coming back here in the second game of the series, and I want to ask him as an AD carry how painful it is having to play against this type of champions.